choosing a school, a course, or a career path, there is so much to explore. But that's why we're here. Don't know where to start? Mag-browse ka muna sa blog namin. Baka ma-inspire ka sa mga student advice, study hacks, and adulting guides. Meron kami yan dito. Or learn about career paths that match your skills and interests. Or chat with us. Tanong mo lang, we'll point you in the right direction. O let's say may dream school ka na, you can search for it and learn more about the programs and scholarships. At kung di ka pa decided, don't worry. Search and compare different schools to fit your needs. Pag ready ka na, submit an application. Easy. Maybe you're looking for a new hobby, certification, or degree. We've got online courses for that. And the learning doesn't stop there. Join a quest and pick something up with each visit through articles or videos. And the best part, you get to earn coins and redeem real rewards. Kaya sali na! With the right tools and information, we can find the best opportunities for you. Because the future can be scary. Pero tiwala lang. Keep exploring, keep learning with EdukasyonPH.
Now for our episode today, we're gonna dive in the field of technology.
Yung study discipline nyo dapat intact siya. In this career, you would really continuously learn and relearn. So it never stops.
Game development industry is a billion-dollar industry, especially globally. Game also steps into the stage. Sila ay producer ng entertainment.
Team collaboration is maganda kasi mostly naman sa software engineering, team effort naman to. So meron kayong software engineer lead, tsaka software engineer manager nyo na mag-guide.
Data is the new gold. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. And all of those are digitized form of data, of information. So definitely we will have more opportunities.
This Community Ignite Series Episode 6 and the whole series actually is co-presented by AWS and AWS Club Pilipinas. Welcome to the 7th episode of the Community Ignite series, BS Org Life and Tech, the road to mastering intrapersonal skills.
I am Kristen. I'm currently a junior taking up BS ITE in Ateneo, and I'm the president of our home organization, Vibe. So if you don't understand what's happening right now, I'm telling you, it's all worth it. You just have to wait for it. I wanted to make a two-way bridge for tech and the people. We allow people to understand, learn, and apply tech. And at the same time, we make tech accessible to everyone.
Bago tayo nasa ganitong posisyon, marami tayong challenges na pinagdaanan and we also feel lost in a moment. In God's plan, kung saan niya tayo gustong dalhin, dun pa rin tayo pupunta.
The aha moment why I was going for a BS org was because I entered into a role, right, which has very commitment, right, high commitment, and also high growth.
It serves its purpose na you are there for a reason. People believe in you, so you're at the start. It's a long progress. Di ba? Parang you have doubts. It's a calling then, di ba?
Player experience is everything. Iterating on your game with real-time player data can make the difference between a good game and a great game. The problem is, it's just not easy to do. That's why we put this solution together. All you need is 20 minutes, and in just a few clicks, the CloudFormation template will deploy everything you need. Keep in mind that this is a reference architecture showing you how core AWS services interact with each other. It's not meant to be a one-size-fits-all solution. We encourage you to take it, deploy it, study it, and then customize it to fit your individual game project's needs. To make things easy, we made sure that it's well documented and open source hosted on GitHub. So get started today by checking out the implementation guide. If you're more visual, we've also got step-by-step video walkthroughs here on the site. And when you're ready, hit that deploy solution button. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to the 8th episode of Community Ignite series, a day in the life of a coder and what it takes to be a professional software developer.
Why are you showing this to us, Cleo? What's the point of showing how a bad day looks like when what we all desire is a good one? So we're keeping it real. We're not just showing the glamorous side of being a coder.
New perspective, it helps a lot. One thing that is here sa industry natin is that everything is changing and sometimes it's fast.
Don't be afraid to fail. As long as you have this passion, organization, and you seek for growth and your ingenuity, and you will become a Colgate programmer.
The Community Ignite series brings people to uplift fellow developers and professionals in the Philippines with different Filipino guest speakers from all over the world sharing their expertise in the field. This comes with an e-certificate, guys, and this is co-presented by Amazon Web Services and AWS Certified Pilipinas.
Welcome to the 9th episode of the Community Ignite series, growing as young professionals getting started in the tech industry.
I am Athena Abe. I am an IT support associate of Philta and the technical community manager of EdukasyonPH.
Hi guys, I'm Barry Green. So a month ago, just like Acha, I became a technical community manager of EdukasyonPH.
If you have a lot of time, you can, and if you want to upskill as early as now, you can apply for internship. And it's always a challenge talaga na you should always be able to adapt easily to these things.
But now that I saw na I can yun din, bring an impact, I can help other people, tinaloy ko siya, and then I went out of my comfort zone, nag-other platforms ako, tapos ayun, nagkaroon ako ng sobrang daming opportunities just like working here at EdukasyonPH. Change or growing up can be scary, but what's scarier is allowing fear to stop you from growing, evolving, and progressing.
Hola, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to the 10th episode of our Community Ignite series, optimizing augmented and virtual reality to extended education and game development. I am your host, Rose of Yanga, your Senior Technical Community Manager here at EdukasyonPH. So first of all, thank you very much everyone for spending your Thursday night with us. And I hope you're all fine at your home and you're safe from Typhoon Maring. Oh, kumusta naman kayo dyan, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao? Please don't forget to rename your Zoom box with your full name, okay? And now, just to hype up a little bit, please tell us what makes you happy this week or something that excites you. Maybe for our students, if you're already starting your classes, maybe the weekend, or your parents cooked you your favorite food. So tell us on the chat box below. Ayan, hello, hello. I'm happy to see Miss Rose. Yes, I'm happy to see you also, Darla. Ayan, ayan. And if you're from Luzon, you can type L on the chat box. And so excited. Yes, we are as well excited. And you're from Visayas, please type letter V. And Mindanao, of course, letter M. Ayan, marami tayong taga Luzon. L, 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 L. Saan ba mga taga Visayas natin? You know, guys, our speakers for tonight are all from Cebu. Ayan, cheer naman kayo dyan for all our rockstars from Cebu. Ayan, we have Visayas din. Great. Wow, oh wow. All right, so before we continue, happy to have free day tomorrow. Awesome. Sana all my free day. Ayan, ayan. B. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Where is B? Where is that? Bohol? All right. Okay, before we continue, anong nga ba ang Community Ignite series? Well, the CIS is our Thursday short episodes where we bring people, product, and purpose together so that we can help our IT professionals and those of you who are early in your career to benefit from our topic. So this event is co-presented by Amazon Web Services and AWS Club Pilipinas. Ayan, thank you very much. So last week, we had a recap about the fields in technology with Acha and Darla. And yes, we heard you guys. Thank you so much for filling up our CSAT form. We learned that you want to know more about machine learning, augmented and virtual reality, among other topics. So don't you worry, we are doing our best to present all these topics with you. So make sure that you follow our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn for our updates to our events. So search nyo lang AWS Club or scan the QR codes flashed on the screen. All right. So are you excited? Heart? Okay, so tonight we will discuss one of the most popular topics in technology, and it's getting more popular right now. Okay, especially that we are experiencing the COVID pandemic, right? That disrupted our lifestyle. We are not being able to go out from our home, to go to school, go to work, or even to play. So we are forced to find a way not to get bored, right? Sino bang naboboard na dyan sa mga bahay nila? And nagkakaroon ng mga Zoom fatigue. No? There's a lot of Zoom events right now. Even myself, I have 3 Zoom events today. So with immersive technologies like AR and VR, you would be able to, at least for a while, escape from reality, right? And that is why these technologies are very important, especially during this time of pandemic. And if you are a developer or if you're aspiring one, this is something, an area of technology that you have to learn further. All right, so without further ado, because I'm also is excited to learn from our speaker, one of the rock star of AV and VR in Cebu, let me introduce to you our first speaker. So he started a career as a seafarer, graduating magna cum laude. Wow, very inspiring. from the University of Cebu Project Alpha Scholarship Program run by the Norwegian Ship Owners Association in developing Filipino maritime professionals. He reached the highest peak of his career on ocean-going vessels at the age of 27. O, di ba? Kaya niyo bang habulin yon? 27. Highest peak of his career. And he crafted his startup called Siversity in 2016 to further enhance the methodologies of teaching through the use of virtual and augmented reality, interlinking it to the learning management systems, which are currently being used in more than 12 maritime academies and universities. This is very impressive, guys. He also established the PCI Tech Innovations 2018, which is currently the immersive and LMS provider of the Philippine Navy, Coast Guard, PhilSCA, Aeronautics School, and medical institutions all over the Philippines. So his company right now is engaged in the distribution of world-renowned simulators and gamification system called Kongsberg, which populates 86% of the current market in the Philippines on maritime simulators. Wow, so everyone, and I'm so excited, it's my pleasure to introduce to you and welcome our first speaker, the Chief Executive Officer and founder of Siversity, Ephrem Dela Cerna Jr. from Cebu. Hello, Ephrem. How are you, sir?
May gabi, ma'am.
How Cebu, sir? Walay bagyong maring. Dira? Okay,
Wala
since
man,
we
wala
are
hangin.
awesome. Since we are nationwide, we cannot speak Bisaya as much as we want to, no?
Yeah.
So, pugnan sa nato atong Bisaya karon. So,
Okay.
there you go, Sir Ephraim. Take it away. The floor is yours.
Okay, I'll just like to share my screen, ma'am. I'm going to share my audio there. Wala? Audio. Share my audio. Is my audio okay?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Okay. Can you hear my video, ma'am?
Oh no, we can't.
Tambay lang naman. So, I'll just share my audio.
Okay.
Can I just stop?
No problem.
Share audio. Audio settings. Share audio.
Yeah, when you share screen, go to advanced and then share computer audio.
Hindi ko makita yung audio. Share audio. Share screen. Advanced sharing options. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Okay. How about
go
we
to the
play
graveyard.
that later?
Technology.
Ayun, we can
different
hear
pieces of
something.
technology kind of go in cycles.
But we cannot
they have
see the video.
their springs and summers and autumns, and then they, go to the graveyard of technology. And so we try to.
Tambay lang, ma'am. Sure. Really sorry.
We can hear the audio, but we cannot see the video.
We tested it kanina.
You share screen. Share screen mo and then enable mo yung computer sound. Or you can share us the link and
Okay.
all right, there you go.
Okay. Can you see my screen now? So
Yes, you can
definitely
see your
this.
screen.
Thank you. These three people have truly redefined or realigned the perception of the paradigm shift of what we are currently now. These paradigm shifters that present the redefinition of technology, the reality of education, and the visionary of change, especially with Jeff. These three components that are the key ingredients of my topic. So when Steve Jobs was interviewed over media coverage 20 years ago, Steve was interviewed and gave his view on what he wanted to see where virtual reality has taken us. He said that until somebody invents something you can carry and experience what I'm watching in my 50-inch plasma TV. So definitely it came to a point. It was that time there were already virtual reality, but it was so heavy and it was not mobile. Um, we I also take sight on how Elon Musk has talked about immersiveness, make education as close to a video game. So those are the key things that we have looked into. And another one is when Jeff Bezos was talking about what's not going to change after 10 years from now. Because one of the key things or the problems in the current setup is change. No? We will always remember that the COVID pandemic was the key accelerator program of digital transcendence. So with virtual reality, every day as a human merging, we are now currently merging and integrating technology, immersive methods, adapting to change. We are now trying to develop and blurring the lines of the virtual world and the reality world. We are finding more ways to explore these bounds of technological ascendance. As I was talking before, why COVID created a jump start or a kickstart or a spark plug of acceptance. Before there were only 7% of payment gateways. Only a few or what do you call the schools? Proactive schools are only using learning management systems. So now it's currently it's going further and it's changing and we're adapting faster than we are expected. So what my topic is all about immersive training and education. These are different methodologies such as gamified simulations, 360 views and walkthroughs, augmentation of reality and virtual reality. So let's just give a brief definition of what is gamified simulation. Gamified simulation is just an educational approach where you learn like video games, such as Elon Musk has been talking about, in game elements in learning environment. Another one is a 360 view walkthrough where we will show you something like it's a controllable image that surrounds the original point from which you are shot. This is being used in real estate, and we're pushing this one in education. Augmented reality is the digitally created object or component which is integrated or overlaid to there is too many jargons, and we will just show that one. And lastly is virtual reality. So the first thing that we do with virtual reality really is like this is a typical ship of a fast cat ferry. If you've been all around the Philippines, there is a fast cat ferry. We use 360 to give them a virtual data capture of the whole vessel. So since schools don't have ships and everything, so you can go into your mobile phone and look into the ship using 360. So it's mobile ready. There are summative and formative assessments already. It can already be integrated in your e-learning platform. And when we're talking about SCORM, this can be downloaded without internet connection. Before we go to virtual reality, I'll just show you about. I'll show you what is augmented reality. So currently, the current problem with schools is that the laboratories you can't bring them at home. For example, this one is using the pumps. This is using for this is used for mechanical engineers. They have laboratories for electrical. They have lots of laboratories in the sense. So our key goal here is to make it as much as mobile. So as you can see, there are QR code enabled using space mapping. It's mobile ready also. So it has examinations and assessment linked to the learning management of the school. So they can work. They can work. They can now work with their current components at the advance of their homes. No? So how does it really work? Augmented reality works with you scan the object, you select the object what you wanted to show, you can interact it. The good thing about augmented reality is one, it's mobile. This is an interrelated system from virtual reality and augmented reality. Once we generate the objects of virtual reality and downsize the polygons, you can now use your mobile phone or your mobile phone or any tablet to interact with it and learn with it. So the reason that we wanted these objects to be there at your homes is you can't go to the school because there is COVID pandemic. There is a limited face-to-face circular on CHED. So we use those methodologies for augmented reality and virtual reality. Now, we all know that virtual reality, when Steve Jobs was talking about you can train anywhere. Currently, Oculus has developed this one and it's getting cheaper and cheaper. So instead of using simulations before, where one computer set for visual simulations of virtual reality costs around 100 to 200,000. Now, because of Facebook's Oculus 2 Quest system, you can train anywhere using a 38,000 system. So the current setup is University of Cebu has this one. Pilot schools like the Philippine School for Aeronautics, the Navy is using this one. What we wanted to really show you is how does virtual reality platforms gives you the benefit. One, virtual reality gives you a scale of the actual component. For example, if you have a pump or you have just like a plant, no? If you we will show you a plant tour later. Next is gameplay and adjustment fits to your requirements. For example, if you have one component and all those components are always modernizing. It needs upgrades and everything. The principle of the system is no matter how the 3D system works, it changes. So as the technology modernizes, the school can adapt to the changes of for example, the diesel engine, or any form of medical equipment, or any form of airplane mechanic. So, for example, in schools, they use airplanes. No? Another one, it uses an instructor and student control capability. It gives the control of the student, even at the advance of when you're at home and your teacher is working from home and you're at home, the instructor can use this one. When we're talking about learning objectives attainment, if you're 40 in the class, you can if you're 40 in the class, you can get those objectives. So through automation, you can get those learning objective attainment systems. Another one is it can be integrated to an e-learning system. So if you have Moodle, you have Canvas, if it's an open API, you can get the virtual reality. Another thing that 3M stated that it's 300% times if you can really see the object or very realistic environment. Another one is if a virtual reality can play, if you're at home, you can play it in a multifunctional system that's a very good deal. No? Another one is desktop enabled and WebGL. When we're talking about, because some of the students don't have the access of this one, you can always work with virtual reality to be desktop enabled or WebGL. I'll show you one. This is a typical example of a ship. Now, so what we really did here in the Philippine Merchant Marines Academy is we build ships so that the experience of the cadets will be much more better, so that they can really see what's really happening on the ship. And even though it changes on the equipment, the school can automatically, or a period of time, you don't need to buy the whole equipment and bring those equipments at home, or even in layman's term, we're just bringing the ships or the ship plans and everything to the school. No? So another method also is like for mechanical engineering, we can simulate actual overhaulings of equipment. You select what type of equipment I know it's quite, if you can see this one, we're trying to overhaul that equipment using virtual reality. And that can be captured, this system can be captured on a technical or a supplemental system. So we're using game development technology to one, capture those assessments, and another one is to keep you updated of the current trends of technology. So we're using game as a part. It's not actually you're doing this one on an actual scale, but imagine the supplemental and the competencies that you will be requiring. So what are the benefits of virtual reality? One is once you have developed these virtual reality systems, you can really train more staff simultaneously. Anywhere in the world, you can do that one. Another one is you can do safe training for high-risk scenarios. You can do fires and everything. Next is it increases the student and employee engagement because they are really seeing it, they are really doing it. It also increases the knowledge retention because you are visually enticed of the object. For schools, it reduces the cost because you don't need to upgrade every time each equipment when the equipment upgrades. Imagine like you're teaching for Tesla course, but the course gives you a Honda engine, but the current technologies now are producing different kinds of models. So you are updated. Another one is improves the trainee's performance or the student's performance. Next is you learn from your mistakes because you can, with a flick of a finger, you can do it again. And lastly, you're learning by doing. So based on the applications that we did internationally and here in the Philippines, we have already done the vessel safety familiarization for the Coast Guard and currently working on the Gabriela Silang, the new vessels for the Coast Guard. We do engine room simulations and industrial plants like Aboitiz geothermal plants. 3D engine and component view. For example, if you do that one for maintenance, virtual overhaulings of equipment for any form of engineering, firing simulations, we're currently doing that one as well. Piping arrangement in engineering, fire prevention, the one that I was talking about is all about hard-based, high-risk scenarios, navigation and collision regulations, workplace initial actions, and other types of ships operations. So before I end my presentation, always remember that virtual reality is not all about educating. It's not all about games. The applicability of virtual reality is endless. Sometimes we have to be very imaginative or very creative enough on how to develop these immersive applications for education and training. So I would like to thank everybody for inviting us in this talk on how we have implemented virtual reality in education and training for the maritime sector and all sectors of an education and training. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ephrem. There you go, guys. We've just learned how we can apply AR and VR on education, on training, and not just on gaming. I know that you have a lot of questions there to Ephrem, but please hold on. We will have time for our Q&A later after our speakers. Again, we would like to thank our co-presenters, AWS and AWS Club Pilipinas. There and everyone, we would like to remind that the e-certificates will be given if you answer our customer satisfaction form to be shown later, and you have to provide us with the correct email address so that you'll have your e-certificate delivered to your email. Okay, are you excited for our next speaker and add on your have additional knowledge for another application of AR and VR? Now, as Ephrem mentioned, AR and VR is not just for gaming. It has an infinite potential. And that is why, again, as I've mentioned, if you are a developer, somebody mentioned here, if the market is looking for those kinds of devs, of course, right now we are expanding. We are expanding all the public sectors, all the industries, and they are going into immersive technologies to improve customer experience. So yes, if you are planning to pursue a career on AR and VR, this is absolutely one of the things that you should deep dive into. All right, now let's more about another application of AR and VR. Our second speaker has been doing game development. Okay, who are into gaming here? Okay, Mobile Legend, Call of Duty. What else? What are you guys are playing with? Okay, so our second speaker has, in the last 3 years, he and his company have managed to help the biggest company in the Philippines in the field of museums, medicals, and real estate, where they create an innovative product through the use of augmented and virtual reality. So he is also the Chief Executive Officer and Director of Exodia Game Development Outsourcing Corporation. Guys, this is very exciting. Okay, please help me welcome our second speaker, Nivelle Mendiola, again from Cebu, another rock star of Cebu. Hello, Nivelle. How are you?
Hello.
Kumusta dihang dapita?
Okay na. So before we start, so I'm just gonna check if buhay pa ba ang tanan. So press 1 on the chat box.
Awesome.
If you guys are still alive, press 1. Okay.
1.
Grabe.
Minecraft, ayun, wow, Minecraft Earth, but sadly it stopped operation. My son also loves Minecraft, but I don't know what happened.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my
Leave it
screen.
up to you now, Nivelle.
Okay, thank you. Ayun. So, kita ba yung screen? Is it good?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank you now for inviting me to this talk. So especially since yung mga audience natin is more on students, so I believe na marami talaga yung makaka-relate. So before I start, I'm just gonna share you a short story of mine. So ito lang, no? Where am I before? So dati I was a Dota 2 addict. So first year, second year college, present lagi sa computer shop, right? And then I got into an accident, and then we need to pay the bills like 200,000 sa hospital bills. And then my mom said that I'm going to quit school na daw. So ayun, I was almost this close, no, to quit schooling. And then sabi ko, oh, magaling naman ako mag-Dota. Why not? Mag-apply na lang ako sa Mineski. So I tried to, nag-audition ako sa Mineski team. And then ang nangyari, 0-10. Oh, diba? So 10 yung deaths ko, 0 yung kills ko. Walang future sa gaming. So yung ginawa ko is, I did join na lang game competition. So it's a separate one. So you're not playing game, but you're creating game. So there's a first competition here in Cebu. And then sumali ako doon. And then thank God I win first place. And then dahil doon, doon ko nalaman yung freelancing, 'di ba? So while I was a student, nag-freelance na ako creating games. So that one funds my study. So ayun, naka-graduate. Thank you sa sa game development. So pwede pala mag-work even though you are a student, 'di ba? Pwede ka pala sa game development, especially sa younger generation na masyadong exposed sila sa games. So pwede 'yun. So ngayon, where am I right now? So I just want to share my opportunity. So 'di ba? So ayun nga, yung parang I almost quit schooling, and then may opportunity na dumating. Sabi ko, why not I should share this sa ibang nangangailangan ng tulong, 'di ba? Kasi pag pumasok ka sa computer shop, malapit sa school, expected 'yun, punong-puno, 'di ba? So I've been there, so that's why I believe na may chance pa sila. So that's why I start my company, so my outsourcing company where we create games for our clients. And then ayun, so dumadami na kami, 'di ba? So may opportunity talaga, 'di ba? So, and pag may opportunity, we have to share it. And then what I want in the future is, alam mo, dreams talaga natin especially pag when you wanna become a game developer. Gusto natin gumawa ng AAA Filipino, 'di ba? Yung Filipino made talaga, yung hindi abroad, hindi US, hindi kasi marami naman talagang magagaling dito sa Pinas, right? But what I see is, in order for us to do it, number one, we need to have the skill of a AAA, di ba? Yung how do we code, how do we do a 3D model, kailangan AAA, right? And then, second is, kailangan natin mag-partner ng AAA studios, di ba? So, before we become a master, kailangan mag-mentee tayo, di ba? So, maybe soon, di ba, it would be good pag naka-partner tayo ng AAA studio. And then lastly, we need to fund the project, right? Like CD Projekt Red, yung nila, Cyberpunk, like it cost a lot of millions and millions of dollars, 'di ba? So hindi pwede. So that's what I want to be in the future, 'di ba? So tayo naman, so Filipino naman. So those are my impossible dreams that I am chasing. Okay? So yung short introductory lang ng company namin, so we're solving problems, di ba? As an outsourcing, solving problems na way back 2020, doon nagkaroon ng interest yung mga companies na they want to create VR, di ba? Kasi yung VR kasi it's a new technology, di ba? Yung prediction nga nila, it will replace our smartphones, di ba? Lalo na ngayon yung AR glass, gano'n na, wala na daw cellphone, AR glass na lang daw, gano'n. So, they want to try, right? So, but the problem is the equipment is expensive, diba? And then to hire a VR developer is also expensive. And then pag magte-train ka naman ng VR developer, it takes time then. So that's why my company, I provide solution na why not we provide a manpower to supply na may equipment na, diba? So all the other company has to do is the design itself, and then kami nagagawa ng technical stuff, 'di ba? So kumpleto na din. Got the art, we got the code, and then we've come from a game development background, diba? So I believe we can do it. So I don't know, let's get started na. So for the students, okay, so gusto ko muna ng VR, okay? How do I start, diba? Sabi nga ni Patrick kanina sa chat. So before you start a VR, you gotta have these prerequisite, okay? So number one, you got to have coding skills. By coding skills, I don't mean na kailangan marunong ka ng pointers, marunong ka ng functions, ng class, ganun. Like ako nga, personally, I've created 5 games and then I don't even know what pointer is. All I do is if else. If pumunta dito yung kalaban, then ganito mangyayari. So, if else lang lahat, and then I did it, okay? Pag marunong ka mag-for loop, goods ka na. Goods ka na sa coding skills mo, okay? And then number 2, kailangan mo ng laptop or PC. As long as it's i5, it's 1050 Ti, and then 16 gigs of RAM, pwede na yun. While creating these slides, nag-search pa nga ako ng lower specs na pwede, kaso wala talaga. So, parang dyan tayo magkakaproblema. But, I don't know, maybe kasi ngayon yung 1050 Ti parang cheap nata siya eh. So, baka pwede na, di ba? And then lastly is, you need to have VR headset. So, what I would recommend is the Oculus Quest 2 kasi yung Facebook, madami silang tutorial, madaming community doon. Pag may problema ka, nakaka-tap in ka lang. Although meron namang magaganda lang iba, like yung Steam VR, yung HTC Vive, ganun. Diba? So pag meron ka na ng 3, okay, marunong ako mag-code, galing ako sa web development, pwede yun, diba? Okay, may PC ako, binigyan ako ng company namin, diba? And then, 13th month pay namin ngayong December, bibili ako ng headset, diba? Kompleto ka na. So what's next? Okay, so kailangan mo ng tools, okay? So these are the tools of the giants na commonly ginagamit for VR, diba? So number 1, Unity 3D. Okay, so if you're planning to create a lightweight game, mobile game, ganun, go for Unity. Unity is the best, and then especially pag marunong ka na C#, like if you come from a desktop application background, so madali lang mag-transition in Unity, diba? And then, but if you want realistic games naman, I would highly suggest Unreal Engine. So, yun lang yung difference nila most of the time. So, diba, if you want realistic one, go for Unreal. If you want a lightweight, you can go for Unity. Okay? So, those are for the coders side. So, pag artist ka naman, okay, I wanna try VR. VR kasi it's a 3D, di ba? Nasa 3D environmental world ka kasi, so less yung UI. So you gotta learn 3D, okay? So next one is Blender, okay? So these are the things na saan ka mag-3D model. Okay, yung character mo, yung environment mo, yung mga swords, yung shields, yung potions, yung mga kalaban, ganun. And then next one is Maya. So, ginagamit namin to for animation. Although you can animate on Blender, but on Maya kasi madali kasi siya yung industry standards when it comes to animation. Okay? And then, for texturing naman, so syempre, kailangan maganda yung character mo, may makeup, di ba? So, you have to use Substance Painter. So, maganda yung Substance Painter, especially if you're aiming for realistic, di ba? Kasi, we're on VR kasi, pag VR, maganda yung realistic. And then lastly, yung Adobe product, so Photoshop, After Effects, yung mga cutscenes ng games mo, yung mga music ng games mo, yung mga UI. So dun mo gagawin, 'di ba? So now the question is, so kailangan kong tutunin tong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 na software, the short amount of time. What I can suggest is find a team. Okay, find a team. Like kahit dalawa lang kayo. So one would take care of the coding, so it could be Unity 3D or Unreal Engine, and then partner with an artist, diba? So, siya na bahala mag 3D model, mag-animate, mag-texture. So, mas maganda yun. Mas maganda yun. I would prefer na mag-team kayo. Please don't solo it. Ganun. And then, okay, so, alam ko na lahat yun. Okay, may team na ako. What are the benefits? Diba? What are the benefits if marunong na ako Unreal Engine, marunong na ako mag-VR, gano'n, marunong na ako mag-texture. So, number one, jobs is everywhere. Pag VR developer ka, AR developer ka, jobs are everywhere. So, mataas yung hiring rate. Sobra. When you go to Upwork, freelancing.com, nagbabaha dun. So, pag meron kang VR talent, di ka mamumblema. Okay? Number two, few competition. So, pag i-compared mo siya sa web dev, sa application development, ganun, konti lang yung may alam sa VR. Di ba? Kasi nga, yung entry level niya, medyo hindi siya accessible for everyone. Di ba? Kasi kailangan mo bumili ng 1050 Ti, video card, tapos kailangan mo ng VR headset, ganun, di ba? So, konti lang yung competition doon. So, it's a blue ocean, di ba? And then, lastly naman, what if you have the entrepreneur spirit, di ba? Ayaw mo mag-work. So, VR it's an unexplored area pa kasi, di ba? So, most of the time, pag may clients kami, and then sasabihan na, ganito projects namin, namamangha kami, di ba? Kasi yung VR, hindi pa yan na-explore, di ba? Marami pa mga crazy and then magagandang ideas. Like, last month nga, may naging inquire sa akin, gagawa daw sila VR simbahan, di ba? So, may pari daw, mag-host ng VR, tapos doon daw sila magbimesa, and tapos may GCash daw, so doon magbabayad yung, ang tawag doon yung parang tip sa priest ba? Di ba? So, hindi nga namin naisip yun, pwede pala ganun, no? So, it's a simple coding lang, networking lang yun, tas bagsak, goods na. So, pag may mga ideas kayo, go for VR. And then lastly, strong portfolio. Isang tip lang, pag VR developer ka, 90% siguro yung hiring rate mo. Kasi alam mo bakit, di ba? Ganito yan eh. Kasi pag yung interviewer, sabi niya, marunong ka pala mag-VR. Yes, ma'am. Kaya ko yung nakagawa na ako. Sabi, magaling to. Automatic magaling ka na. Kasi nga, yung perception nila ba is mahirap yung VR, di ba? But gaya nga ng sinabi ko, like, pag alam mo mag-if-else, pwede ka na gumawa ng VR games. Like, trust me, pag gumawa na kayo ng sarili nyong games, PM nyo ako. Sabihan nyo ako ng if-else experience nyo. Di ba? So, those are the perks of VR. And then since partnership naman natin ni Amazon, so yung quick lang, parang ads ba? Joke lang. So we've been using Amazon Web Server sa VR and sa game development din namin kasi yung time kasi ngayon, 'di ba, like pandemic, nasa bahay ka lang, and then marami ng games na gusto yung online, di ba? Marami na yung gusto yung online. So, it solves us a lot of headaches, no? So, dati gumawa kami ng sariling server namin, then it didn't work. But sa Amazon Web Server, like sa Unity, merong plugin, sa Unreal, merong plugin, di ba? So, madali lang talaga. And then, yun nga, yung multiplayer is getting popular nowadays. So, pwede kang mag-host doon, saves you tons of headache. And then yung mga AWS developer, like I think last February ata yun, nag-post na ako doon sa AWS Philippines, and then they're very accommodating naman to help me. Diba? So maganda siya. And then lastly, before I end my slide, let's get connected, diba? So yun nga, like again, to reach the impossible dream, to create the Filipino AAA games na makikilala sa buong mundo, we can't do it alone. We can't do it by one company. That's why I really encourage student na try game development, diba? Try it. And then for the teachers naman, like if you guys like gusto mag-host ng seminar to teach the students about game development, let's get connected, diba? Kasi to reach the impossible dream is we cannot do it alone, diba? We can't do it alone. That's why we need your help. Kaya nga, sobrang saya ko na yung nag-reach out si Rose sa akin about this topic, lalo na especially ngayon, 100, ang dami na participants, 95. Marami tayong mai-inspire, diba? And then, again, like VR, para siyang complex, but when you try to do development on there, hindi siya. Like, madali lang talaga. Madali lang talaga. Okay? So, I guess that concludes my topic, no? And then pag may questions kayo, chat agad para masagot natin yan. Okay?
Ayan, wow. Thank you very much, Nivelle. My God, marami nang gustong mag-shift to VR ngayon, no? From web development. Ayan, guys. So you've learned that you need to learn coding before you can proceed with career in AR and VR. Pero hindi daw mahirap, sabi ni Sir Nivelle. So, yes, later we'll see how we can have a follow-up session, no, where you can do a siguro parang workshop and hands-on workshop for AR and VR on game development. Ayan. So thank you very much, Nivelle. All right, guys, we still have one guest for tonight. And since you are already excited when you hear about there are jobs everywhere for AR and VR developers, there is a high hiring rate. So, for sure, you'll get excited to hear from our next speaker on how to start your career and what community to join and other tips and tricks to being an AR and VR developer. So joining us tonight is the Chief Executive Officer and founder of Metaverse. He is a serial entrepreneur in the field of technology and innovation, co-founding and operating tech companies like Metaverse and Earlic. With successful pursuits in R&D projects, immersive technologies, digital transformation, public-private partnerships, and web and mobile app development, he is actively producing and spin-offs products relevant to society's pressing needs, such as during COVID-19 pandemic. So he combines his 13 years of experience in technology and management with his certifications in viral, social media, digital marketing planning, experiential marketing to find and nurture business opportunities in the competitive global arena of technology. Wow, hindi talaga basta-basta ang mga speakers natin tonight. So everyone, please help me welcome and let's hear from Ryan Tanyu's reactions to our two speakers. Ryan, hello. Are you there? So
Yes.
guys, taga Cebu gyapon ni siya. All our speakers are from Cebu. Kinsay mga taga Visayas dira, please type V on the chat. Hello. Hi Ryan, good to see you online.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm very flattered for that introduction, Ms. Rose. No, thank you.
It is our pleasure to introduce you guys.
And I'm very privileged as well and honored to see Bana. I'm among our very brilliant and progressive speakers. No?
Yes, you're
Especially
one of
in the
those
field.
AR/VR champions.
Thank you.
Right?
So,
Ryan,
I am very excited, Ms. Rose, to share my reaction. And if I might dare say, speaking for the audience, no, I see the mirrored or the parallel, no, in the way we see the market, just judging by the reactions to chat. So what I noticed so far is that a lot of our audience, if not most, are from the academe, or no, not from the academe, but say only at the point in their lives at the point of starting their careers. And AR, VR is undeniably a huge opportunity, especially as an emerging technology. No? And so I guess I'd like to start or say preface my reaction with just my my state of being awestruck, no, or my admiration for Sir Ephrem Dela Cerna and Nivelle Mendiola for really progressively pursuing the use of augmented reality and virtual reality technologies, no, or immersive technologies in the country. And one of the things na I really took to heart from that, from their speeches, no, from their pieces, is the idea that as a humble country, as a third world country here in the Southeast Asia, um, that is making the most of this emerging technology that is taking not only our country, not only our region, but the whole world by storm. I think we are in a great place to know that such people exist as Sir Ephrem and Nivelle. These people and their companies have only started relatively. I mean, that's any company younger than 5 years or 10 years is young, no? But already having accomplished so much in the field. And it's one thing to cultivate a group, no, a pool of talent for immersive technologies in this country, and also it's another thing to not only produce talents and cultivate such a closely knit community for immersive technology and use it for the local market, especially in education. I mean, the easy way out is really to use whatever our skills allow us and cash out, no, make money out of it by taking on clients from, for example, just like Nivelle described, clients abroad, and there's no shortage of that. So as a career path, it is undeniable and very easy to conclude na that could be the easy or the your career path, no, in AR and VR development. But what's more challenging is really making it work here in the Philippines with the local market, with local clients. But as we've seen so far, Ephrem has made it happen. No, there are clients even in the government that are as passionate and as receptive to the technology as Ephrem has presented to us. I mean, those yung mga data na pinresent niya just a while ago, the number of clients that I picked out from that list, I noticed na it's that's so much to have been accomplished in only a few years. So, and here's the thing: the best thing about it is we all know, or at least most of you, that VR or immersive technology has just arrived. It was only in 2015 or 6 years ago when Google gave out cardboards, Google cardboards. Only 3 years ago when Facebook bought the when Facebook bought Oculus, and only last year, like, went through standalone headsets were popularized. No? So we're at the infancy of this immersive technology. So I would really like, no, personally, to call out to anyone, to everyone in the audience, especially if you are just starting your career, to, like Nivelle said, seek out partners, co-collaborators in producing VR projects and pursuing a career in immersive technology. And so that kind of ties back to, ties back to this question, no, that one of the attendees asked, how to get started with AR VR. Now, I'm gonna break this down in two ways, no. One, from where you are personally, and two, from where you are professionally. So one, if you are a professional, a coder, a developer, a software engineer with a specialization that isn't in immersive technology necessarily yet, I recommend you start out with first immersing yourself in the technology. Being familiar with what are the tools, what are the logics, no? What are the career paths that can, or rather that you can take that is close to a career in an immersive technology company. So one example is if you were a game developer, for example, or if you're a web developer, what are, all right, let's specify it. If you're a front-end web developer, what are existing technologies that can allow that, or that can that you can take on and implement even in your current day-to-day, that you can use as a gateway, or that can get you started in immersive technology. One example is iframe, or no, A-frame rather, or was web VR, or there are many different technologies that are popping up now every now and then, and most of these are not even 3 years old. So to be a pioneer in that, in the use of such languages and frameworks could really mean a lot to you, especially if you are considering a career in AR, VR, or immersive technology. So that's how to tackle it as a professional if you are currently a professional that works in an industry outside of what is considered the circle of immersive technology. So, two, personally, let's pretend that you're a student. You are only starting your career. You haven't really considered immersive technology or a career in immersive technology until this talk, until the night. One way that you would approach that is just like in, as a professional, you immerse yourself in the technology and make the most use of the resources you have. If you don't have the money to procure these headsets, the Oculus Go that costs hundreds of dollars, or the current standalone headsets in the market right now. If you don't have those resources to buy those headsets, make the most use of your existing resources. And what is it? Time and energy. If you devote your energy and time into a project that is truly your own, that is in immersive technology, there is no shortage of jobs and job providers in the market. So if, for example, me as a CEO of my own a company that operates in immersive technology, if I see a student or a developer who is interested in immersive technology and it's possibly wild applications such as on web or on mobile, I would consider not hiring someone who isn't even a graduate yet, because as long as those resources of yours, your time and your energy have been put to good use in relation to immersive technology, I would find that very valuable. And I'm just one. I mean, you've seen what Nivelle and Ephrem has done in their companies. They are the same. In fact, we all know each other that we all know each other to have an undying support for the local community. We have interns, we have developers, even fresh grads that are actively pursuing new, innovative, and commercially applicable, that's the most important, projects in immersive technology. So I hope that answers all the questions. No? We'll take some of these questions, I guess. No. So if is there any application for virtual simulations focusing on science? Ephrem already has many of those. I could go on and say, like, operating or the anatomy, right, of human anatomy rather in VR. That's already something that's been built locally, and I don't want to go through that list. That's for you to look up. But thank you. There's a direct message, it turns out. So I would like to ask if there are existing applications or websites that can be useful to learn detailed information about science. Okay, that's not a question for me. I'd like to answer that, but perhaps on a different venue. What are other questions? Are there? Well, I guess that's my long summary. I know you asked for a short summary, but a long summary is the one that I have. So I hope you took what I meant seriously, and I'm very looking forward to seeing you out there in the immersive technology industry. We're very excited. Again, my name is Ryan. Thank you for having us here tonight, and we're very excited to see you in the immersive world. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ryan, and thank you for answering some of our questions already. May I request Nivelle and Ephrem to open your microphones and cameras. Maybe you can add some of your answers to these questions. Someone was asking, I am currently taking up ITE subject, even I'm in educational field. So I would like to ask if there are existing applications of websites. Okay, Ryan, give an answer to that. Maybe you can, if you have an additional tips or information for, who did ask for that? Jenny Roy.
Okay, so regarding with the science, may isa dito from Cebu na he's creating a augmented reality. So it's basically like parang yung rocket ship na pag skinan mo, parang nagde-destroy siya. Like, ito yung moon, ito yung rocket ship, ito yung sun, ito yung star, ganun. So may mga applications na dyan. Lalo na ngayon, especially almost every student has a smartphone, di ba? So I will try to search kung ano yung name yun, tapos i-post ko dito. Okay?
Ano yung the question was,
are there any existing applications or websites that are useful to learn detailed information about science? And it's also the same as, is there somewhere to learn on the web about AR and VR? So I think they're looking for, is there any like training platform for them, especially now that we are going online learning, that they can enroll, or online courses perhaps that they can start enrolling to?
yeah, we'll just elaborate our story, how we became who we are.
Yes,
the first thing that you have to do is, one is patience. Two is very exploratory and very curious enough. Why do you wanted to do this? Because if some of my staff here on developing AR and VR, imagine I'm a seafarer. Seaman ako dati, but I shifted into that one. So there's a lot of assets in YouTube talaga. You just need to click and hit the right question. Now, if you wanted to learn something about this, we can always come up and the Game Developers Association of the Philippines, one of our lead staff, can do a training about this one. We've been training, Nivelle and I are exchanging information on how to really optimize the system.
Agree.
Definitely start with your curiosity on YouTube University. YouTube is we started there, and maybe just spark your imagination on what you wanted to do. And we can create follow-ups on this one with Nivelle and Ryan on how to start, where to start, and even create a course on linking YouTube with that one. Siguro that's our curiosity and patience doon talaga. And the heart and passion you really wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to add din sa kang Patrick.
Okay, go ahead,
mostly daw, he's been using Udemy. So ako personally, I would suggest Udemy din. Kasi back then when I was starting, so pag basic, we were doing YouTube. Tapos pag nasa intermediate to advanced level ka na, doon na yung time na nag-i-invest na kami, we're buying online courses na. So one of them is Udemy. Okay? So yun nga, like when you're starting out, go with YouTube, and then pag nasa intermediate to advanced ka na, nasa paid na kasi lahat yun eh. Diba? So you can go for paid services.
All right. Thank you very much, Nivelle, Ryan, and Ephrem. And of course, guys, since you are really interested on how to start, this our speakers actually have a community nationwide for those who are enthusiasts about AR and VR. Ryan, maybe you can share with us about AVRAP, or Association of Virtual Reality in the Philippines.
All right. Well, it started as a group. Actually, there's first of all there's this group now, VR Philippines. But and we are all members of. And this group, the AVRAP, or Association of Virtual Reality, or rather Augmented and Virtual Reality Association of the Philippines, is a group na is open to everyone around in the country now who is currently and planning to dive into a career, no, or starting a company of in virtual reality or augmented reality. And it's a very young group. Honestly, it was just a Facebook group we created a couple months back. But we are hoping that we find more of you engaged with us. It is well, I mean, that's a long introduction, no? But the last thing I'm going to say about it is the association is made up of companies that are currently operating in the world of immersive technology. So if you are planning to, or that if you have one, come and join us, reach out to us. There's a Facebook group. You can find it using those,
Ayan.
that,
There's a
what you see on
Facebook
the screen. And I just want to, I guess there was this last question asked, no, what is the future of programming? Doon pa ba yung coder or automated na lang po yun? I want to just quickly get that out of the way. I mean, especially in an emerging technology like ours, immersive technology, there's no way we can be replaced by automation. Our creativity, our human instincts and insights, and the way we see the market, our what makes us human, our emotions, our imagination, nothing replaces that. So that's not even a question. What is the most sensible to do, though, is to make the most use of those automations that you mentioned in our pursuit of careers and companies, and ultimately impact in the world of immersive technology.
There you go. Thank you very much, Ryan. So everyone, if you want to learn more, you can reach out to these three rock stars here on Facebook. And since we are running out of time, actually, we just ran out of time and we exceed actually. So guys, grabe, I have learned a lot more about AR and VR. And of course, we hope that this episode inspired you to become an AR and VR developer, because we need more of you. The Philippines need more of you. So let me take this opportunity to invite everyone in a photo op. So please open your camera naman dyan. This is mute. And let's have a photo op. Okay, let me see. We have 7 pages.
Ayun.
Ayan, please open your cam, guys. Ayan. We have 4 pages. Just thumbs up. Okay, and then I'll count. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, smile. There you go. For the second page. Yeah, still keep your camera on and then smile. 1, 2, 3, 4, smile. Third page. Wala na nag-open ng cam sa third page. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, smile. And the last page. 1, 2, 3, 4, smile. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. And dito nagtatapos ang Community Ignite Series Episode 10 of Optimizing AR/VR for Extended Education and Game Development. Again, we would like to thank everyone for coming, and for your feedback is very much appreciated. To answer our CSAT form, please go to go.edukasyon.ph or scan the QR code to get your e-certificate. Okay? Ayan. So for the next episode, Thank you very much, speakers Nivelle, Ephrem, and Brian. Thank you very much, guys, and see you in your group and next events. All right, everyone, for the next episode on October 21, next Thursday, you will learn how to become a Vue.js developer and how to become Mr. Daniel Padilla. Yes, you heard it right. He is back on Thursday for a live cooking show. For a live show of Vue.js development. Okay, so make sure to follow our Facebook and other social media pages to have an update when we publish the event. Search nyo lang AWS Club Pilipinas. So everyone, have a great evening, stay safe, and see you all next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
I find the certification highly useful in terms of getting you into the space you want to be in a very short period of time.
Certification gives you the proof that you need to showcase that you have the skills required for a specific market.
It's a goal that you can pursue, so you're not just learning for the fun of, well, I want to learn everything.
It's allowed us to expand some roles of team members. For example, we had a project manager before who was typically managing IT projects. He's now certified and he's pivoted into cloud architecture.
I think that when people are working with certified professional, they will feel more confident about the work that we are doing together.
A lot of my clients are cloud native. Studying for the solutions architect test gave me a broad view of the services AWS provides, so I can understand better how they control and manage data.
Technology is moving so fast, and each day we have different things happening.
Continually evolving is the only way you stay fresh in IT.
And then now you can validate it. Yes, I actually know, and I have retained this knowledge.
To me, it means that you've taken the time and you've dedicated that time to furthering yourself.
It's really great. It's a good feeling.